It's called the Smokin' Hat Podcast.
Who's going to win this battle with the lumberjacks?
Yeah, controversy is just good.
By no account is any of this true.
International politics.
Oh, but you have to be aware of the optics.
You gotta be aware. And dude,
I don't really wash my hands ever.
we lost a significant amount of our deposit.
Those who have perpetrated this hoax.
History.
The young Turks, probably the old Turks by now.
Three coups a decade or something. But
there's actually rules against me being involved in domestic politics.
And anything else that grabs them.
You guys know that Eric Adams is the mayor
currently? Yeah.
Donald J. Trump, he's got nothing to hide.
They don't know what they're doing.
You're like, oh, okay, that track's a little bit better.
Okay, I gotta remember that.
We sure hope you enjoy it.
All right, so O'Reilly, you like the intro, huh?
I like it. I didn't know you run it live.
Yeah,
you run it live every time.
Yeah, it's called StreamYard, and
okay.
I think it's what like most people use. There's like one other one that I looked at, and yeah, it makes things like relatively easy. You don't have to do that much.
It's nice. Feels
yeah,
professional.
Yeah, you gotta I added in the graphics up top and the background, but like you don't have to do too much to make it look decent. And yeah, so anyway.
I didn't have the URL, so I typed it in. I didn't even think that would work, but it worked.
Really?
I typed in like FX625. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it worked. Old school.
I'm great.
Are you in the print shop?
I'm in the shop. I have muted the printer because it's loud.
Yeah.
I've been in an absolute, I don't know what to say, a war of emails and back and forth. I bought a used printing press in here. It's a copy.
This is the Albanian guy?
No, I wish. I need Albanians. I got Jersey dudes, all Americanos, and they're great. They're trying to fix a problem here, but I bought a used digital press, and the controller that like makes it more powerful than a copy machine is continuously breaking. We're on the third one. We're spewing a little bit of toner out the side. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to repair a Konica Minolta. I'm deep in the weeds. I ordered
digital press, so this is different than the book weaving.
Yes, this is the print. So here, I'll show you. I can't like move the camera that much, but so we got like these are raw sheets.
Oh, nice.
Printed them double this size, and then I slice them in half. But the thing that's been printing these has been acting a fool lately for like 2 weeks.
Konica Minolta?
Yeah, so what I did...
There was a great... I remember I did work study in a German... What was it? The German, Russian, Asian Languages and Literatures Department, which was...
Say no more.
The joke was it was the enemy languages department because there was the Romance languages department, and then there was like all the countries, the languages spoken all the countries been at war with. Plus
is this Tufts?
Yeah, it's not Tufts.
Sweet.
But anyways, I spent a lot of time photocopying. I remember the guy who would come service the Konica Minolta guy because he was like, I think Ukrainian, deep accent, would tell me about his life story all the time. And I'd always give him coffee, and he smelled like cigarettes. Like he just reeked. Like he emitted secondhand smoke vibes.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
You need to find that guy. Keenan needs him.
I do.
Because
I have to like put in a work order, and then a guy has to like take the path train in from Jersey, and he's like a little grumpy by the time he gets here. And then, I mean, they're nice guys. They're trying their best. I think it's like a weird, I bought a used machine, and used machines have problems. So what I did was I went on eBay. I did a bad thing, and I bought a Canon that's being shipped from a warehouse in Fort Lauderdale. And basically, once I bought the Konica Minolta, like 90 people told me I should have bought a Canon.
Yeah.
And I guess now I'm learning. I made it a year. Like it's been working okay. But now we're hitting some headwinds with it. So I'm going to try to have maybe two. I emailed them last week, and I'm like, get this machine out of here. And I got like a sweet call from like a New Jersey copier salesman who's like, Keenan, come on. We can figure this out. Come on. How's the family? I remember seeing you like a year ago. You haven't given me any complaints. And I was like, I'm literally duct taping the machine together. There's duct tape that has to like cover a sensor. Anyway, so I'm waiting for my new one from Fort Lauderdale. Nice. And then I did a crazier thing. I got a large capacity loader, which can hold like 3,500 sheets so that I don't have to keep loading in paper all day. This thing costs like $3,000 new. There was a listing on eBay for the same machine, $200, Philadelphia. Got to drive, got to pick it up. We're not going to ship it to you. So I'm like, that's a 2-hour drive. I buy it on eBay. I drive down. This was last week, Tuesday. I get down there, south side of Philly. I don't really know Philly, but it seemed like maybe, up and coming neighborhood.
South? I don't know the directions.
Yeah,
of Philly.
right near the football stadium. I wasn't far at all from the football stadium. I drove right by it. So I pull in to this warehouse. There's 2 young kids in there, and there are maybe 500 copy machines saran wrapped in the warehouse, and it's just the 2 of them, and they're like working on them in a little shop. And so they have, I think copy machines are like diamonds. Like there's actually way more of them than are needed, and they like stash them away because all like $35,000 new, and then they're like 7,000. And it's like, okay, I don't know who's buying new copy machines. They're like, I don't know, Bank of America or something buys new copy machines.
Your mic's doing that thing again.
Oh, is it clipping? God.
Yeah, clipping. I thought they were my headphones. I got the 2003 headphones.
Damn it. All right, is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, that's annoying. That might keep happening.
Maybe just gonna back off the mic and watch your plosives.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, it might be close up in the mic. It's not your plosives.
It keeps dropping. I keep getting this message. I got to figure out what that is. But
Jimbo, where are you?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Sorry, where are you? Is this the small house, the mini house?
Yeah, this is a guest room.
Oh no, I didn't see that room. Or it looks different. Looks better.
What? This is the room you probably stayed.
Oh really? You didn't have flowers on the wall
When were you here?
before you lived there?
Yeah, I don't know when we put this wallpaper. This wallpaper is a whole disaster. Jordan tried to do it. Jordan did it herself, but it was extremely difficult.
So you've been there?
I've been there. Yeah, I stayed there. Why did I go there?
Because your brother was
From
graduating.
Mississippi.
Oh yeah, I am from Mississippi. Oh yeah, it was 20. What has that been? 2021 graduation, something.
Yeah, I think it was after we had been working on the house, but before we had moved here.
How is Ole Miss in the news? Never for a good reason.
Well, they fired someone, and she's going to probably win a lawsuit, according to the professors, the guys in the union I talked to at the Palestine Book Club yesterday.
They've got their ear to the ground. Yeah, no, they.
But I'll let you guys know, Hernando, Mississippi, population 20,000, is not going to rename Main Street after Charlie Kirk. Board of Aldermen failed to get that motion through. So,
wow.
In case you were wondering about the bellwether town of Hernando, Mississippi.
Where's Hernando? How far away is that?
Halfway between Oxford and Memphis.
Okay.
Probably like 45 minutes south of Memphis.
Did we get to a city council vote? How did we?
Yeah,
did democracy prevail here?
I guess.
Okay. Right on. Orion, are you pumped to get back to Oxford in the land of Lane Kiffin?
Can't wait. Can't wait.
You guys are 2-0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
LSU Tulane this weekend. Oh, I skipped Tulane. They're dangerous,
That's
actually.
tough. Yeah, they are dangerous. They are.
Yeah, I think they're like, they thought they got some ranking votes. So they got Tulane this weekend, and they got LSU after that.
Well, so here's my question: is when you pay the first team, and I don't know dick about shit with sports, but I know a little bit since asking, because I would always see like the first game of the season would be like some like 80-0 thing. Why does that win even count when it's a team that you're paying to beat?
Well, sometimes they lose.
Sometimes they're considered like barely a win.
Yeah,
like
or you can even drop.
Like pretty dismissed, and it's an SEC thing. This is like a big controversy. Is SEC tends to schedule these, and they pay the school.
They pay the school. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
and that adds a whole other layer of like.
But then they hurt like Texas, UTEP.
Yeah, UTEP made Arch Manning look bad.
Archie's having a tough time.
You know the high school he's from? I heard something that was kind of like a rich school, and they didn't play with good teams.
Newman,
okay.
Yeah, Newman is they're like it's that and Jesuit, two big schools, but Newman's a big football school. I had a friend.
Where'd you go? You're not from that.
I went to
New Orleans, right?
I went to St. Stanislaus.
Yeah, you
so
did. So we all went to Catholic high school.
Did we? Yeah, I think so.
So how about that?
St. Stanislaus Brothers of the Sacred Heart.
Yep.
So they were the only school outside of New Orleans that was part of the Catholic League back in the day, because the other schools wouldn't play with the Papists.
Wisconsin had the same thing. Yeah.
But Stanislaus was the boarding school that was like where delinquent kids got sent. It wasn't that when I went there, but to this day, if I meet people from New Orleans and I say I went to Stanislaus, they're like, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
It's like you went upstate or something. But it's not that anymore.
Was there boarding when you were there?
There was boarding. I did not board. My brother worked there, so I went there.
One of the state senators from down there is in Israel for the 50 states, one Israel thing.
Of course, got to.
I saw this dumbass tweeting about like planting trees in fucking the Negev or something. Meanwhile,
desert bloom.
Meanwhile, all of the bridges on the coast of Mississippi are like dangerous and need replacing.
But you got to keep
and the oysters.
Yeah.
Flesh.
People are dying from those oysters. That's right. Yeah. There's no regular, probably not.
Oh, is that because of the brackish water heading up the river?
Too much Tabasco, I heard.
Too much Tabasco. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before you avoid it and get away from football, what's your take on Notre Dame? Should they be ranked? Is it fair?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're not nearly as good as they were last year on defense. They're not going anywhere. So I'm not worried about it.
Tough game.
Yeah, everyone's mad at us. I'm fine with it. They lost by 3 total points to the number 3 team and the number what's A&M now, 9. So they're good. Yeah. The offense is fine. The defense, we got our D coordinator went to the Bengals. We got the new guy who used to coach Ohio State's defense, but he's been hanging out with the Jaguars for a couple of years in the NFL, not even coaching, doing personnel. And he's not good. The players are clearly worse. They're playing worse under him than they did last year. So,
who do they have? Do they have a big? Because usually their schedule's really stacked in the beginning.
Yeah, they got the weird ACC thing, so they're going to play. Who do they?
They've got a big game a couple weeks or something.
They're playing at Arkansas, which if I didn't have children, I would come to because I would love to go to Arkansas. So that'll be tough. I mean, Arkansas.
When is that? Is that the wedding weekend?
No, it's next week. I think it's not this week. And we got Purdue this week. There's USC still on the schedule and Boise State, and then Stanford and kind of the Notre Dame thing, Navy and a couple others. But they're okay. They're gonna go 9-3. They're fine. But not as good as last year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Should we talk about stuff?
Yeah, I'm out of my depth in football. I've covered everything I know.
That's pretty good. All right, cool. Let's see how your depth is on NVIDIA chip sales to the Emirates.
Oof.
Yeah, let's jump in right now. I had to make a special template. What kind of beer you got, by the way, for the beer pod?
Oh, this is the dad strength beer. You had this?
No, what is that?
2.9%.
Okay. So I thought it would be I thought it would be 9%.
No, it's so you can drink a lot of them and still parent, I guess. I don't know what I don't know what they're trying to get at. You can drink it all day. It's a bad idea, but it's not bad. It's it's basically zero proof. I feel like that's close to water.
In Colorado, the beer you buy at gas stations can only be 3.2%. So they have 3.2 beer in the gas stations, and I didn't know that. And I'm like, there's what's happening? These beers aren't working. And somebody's like, oh, it's gas station beer. It says on the side. Never focused in.
Really?
But yeah, state to state beer laws are so weird.
Yeah, Mississippi, you couldn't buy craft beer until very recently.
Yeah, is Lafayette County still dry on Sundays or something random?
Yes, on Sunday.
Yeah. Indiana, the whole state's dry.
Oh, really? In Mississippi, only certain states or only certain counties.
It's county by county. Yeah, it's very funny.
On Sunday, we would drive to the county over and then try to drink all the beer before we got back to our house. So obviously, the laws were super effective.
Now, is dry? You can't buy it? Are bars open?
Bars are closed, except so bars would close at midnight on Saturday, except on home football weekends. They go to 2 because that's what the Bible says.
I don't think that. I think that's loosened a lot. It's you can buy. I think there's some legislation in Lafayette County to further loosen it. You can buy beer You can buy whatever they sell at not liquor stores. So basically, not liquor or wine.
Yeah.
On Sundays.
Beers. Okay.
You can
I'm
buy
glad
beer.
the interpretation, the scripture is changing to accommodate with the times.
Yeah.
You know?
Indiana, you couldn't buy, but Notre Dame's like 2 miles from Michigan. So you just drive to Niles, Michigan, and there's like 5 liquor stores around the border, and you just get your beer there on Sunday. We actually didn't have to do that much. You got to be like pretty unprepared.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, it did.
We had the pony run. The pony run was you'd go to this little gas station right across the county border, and you'd buy the ponies, like those like 6 ounce beers. Like little beers. And then you have to drink the 6-pack while driving home. While racing your friend. Because, there's not a lot to do in this.
Let's go Rebs.
That's in your Ole Miss days?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Ask people in Oxford about that. That's the whole thing.
The pony run? Okay. What county did you go to?
So you go over by like Senatobia or something. But it's I forget the name of the gas station. It's right out there.
You're going north, south, east, or west? You're going
to you go west.
Batesville. So you go to Batesville. That makes sense.
Batesville.
Yeah, because that makes most sense. You're already west of town, so you just shoot out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tracking. Cool.
All right.
All right, what were we talking about? Chips?
Let's talk chips, huh?
Chips and salsa?
All right, so I've upped our game here. So we now have graphics. We're just trying to keep up with all the leading. All right, so I made this one. Below deck, you want chips with that? No, this was me. I can't get the AI to do what I want sometimes. And it's the one I got the Chat GPT, but like when it makes pictures, it like spells all the words wrong and it's weird.
Yeah,
pictures don't really work.
No, this is great.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, this is hasty Photoshop right here. All right, here's my question: you ever watch Below Deck?
Oh yeah, Australia.
Yeah. Well, I watched the Med.
Okay, I think I watched Australia, or maybe there was an Australian person on it, just on the boat.
Really? Okay. Yeah. This is Captain Sandy right here. The lady in the middle.
Yeah.
And then this chef over here. I don't know who this guy is. I just found him. But this chef over here, they get like the worst chefs on the show. Like the people who cook on yachts are like people who couldn't get jobs in restaurants. So they're all kind of like derelicts and degenerates. And like this guy, I don't know if it was for the show or what, but he was just insane. Like stormed off the boat like twice, flipped out at dinner. The whole boat hated him. Right. But he was kind of good at cooking, but like he didn't really know how to cook. So they would show him and he would just be Googling like how to make each recipe downstairs. And he would like make lobster for everybody and bring it up. So anyway, there you go. There's our first graphic. Okay. So we got Witkoff and then we got Sheikh Thanoon here.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we got. The anatomy of 2 giant deals. The UAE got chips and the Trump team got crypto riches. Okay, so May 2025, Sheikh Thanoon Al Zayed's investment firm deposits $2 billion into World Liberty Financial, crypto startup co-founded by the Trump family and the Witkoff sons. I don't think it's officially Steve who runs the company. I think it's his 2 kids.
No, it's his son, Ross or something.
Oh, sweet. All right, good. You got Witkoff insight. All right, so they want I think they want NVIDIA chips for G42, which is their tech company. There was a lot of concern about this because the Emirates does a lot of co-military training with the Chinese military. They like play both sides. So they got the Chinese military working with them and the United States. The Biden administration had limited the chips that they could get. And then this gets done. So $2 billion to the Witkoff boys. They're making a stable coin, which is like the big, World Liberty Financial product is a stable coin, right? So it's pegged to the dollar. So you give them $2 billion. I think what they do is they just invest it and they have to like keep $2 billion in reserve theoretically to like redeem the stable coins if they ever wanted to. But, these guys are probably making like 8% on $2 billion. It's pretty good, right? It's 160 mil a year on that little $2 billion investment.
Yeah, then they make like tens of millions a year.
Yeah. Tens of millions. Yeah. I mean,
like
dude, if you put $2 billion in a Vanguard like this year, you're up 13%, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, pretty good. So a lot of back and forth on this. They were hitting some hurdles, and then our boy David Sachs got involved. So David Sachs, one of the
All In.
All In. You watch All In?
No, but I know
Chamath Palihapitiya.
Palihapitiya, Sharanya.
And then there's another person, and there's Jason. Jason was the good one, and now he's bad too.
someone was talking about this at work, so I Googled it, and they apparently had like a conference.
Okay.
And so when I go to their website for the conference, the biggest button on the website was just tequila. It just said the word tequila, and you click on it. It was trying to sell me tequila. That was based, and then the rest of it was like about the podcast, which I guess is about like tech and like money.
It's tech, and it's also like hustle culture. I've watched like a few of them. They'll like give their opinions on like H-1B visas and talk about like who works hard and like how to get ahead. And it's like kind of aspirational stuff. And then they're also just totally like disconnected billionaires. So it's also just weird.
But like the gist of it is like, if they say something, it must be right because they were successful. So like,
they're rich.
People,
so,
and then they're kind of like insider baseball because they like all know the Trump people kind of, but they're like also adjacent enough to be socially acceptable, I guess.
Okay, so the deal went down on the super yacht, the Mariah, $250 million yacht owned by Sheikh Thanoon.
That's Mirror.
Mirror?
10 years of Arabic. Mariah, 10 years of
Look
Arabic.
At you, dude. I never got Mirror. Got to be honest. Never got that one. Good to know. And all right, so $250 million, one of the most expensive yachts ever built. And it went down. Steve Witkoff went to the yacht off of Sardinia this summer. So I got a little graphic here of all the things that Steve Witkoff has been up to this summer. So he's been running to Moscow.
It's great.
He had a little sit down with Putin, and then he came out and he said one thing, and the Russians were like, that's not what happened at all. They said something else. And it turns out that he went into the meeting without an American translator. There was only a Russian translator there.
Classic.
So there was a Russian person telling him what they were saying in Russian. So I think Steve might have gotten the wrong idea. He had the summer of fun hanging out off the coast of Sardinia, doing deals with Sheikh Thanoon. And then Gaza, he's been working on this peace plan that they gave to the Hamas negotiators in Doha. And then they struck the hotel where they were meeting. And then I think I also saw Steve at the U.S. Open tennis last week. So Steve's getting around.
I'm glad he took a break from undermining U.S. diplomatic cachet around the globe to catch some fucking tennis.
Just an outer borough real estate guy solving the world's problems. I mean, come on, look at this graphic. With this graphic,
look, they're trying new things. Nobody's tried this before.
No one's tried this before. What if we sent a guy who had no idea what he was doing?
Yeah.
Let's
What's that
try
Edison
it.
quote? Like, you haven't failed. You've learned another way to not succeed. That's what this administration's all about. We're going to know all the ways not to not
This is the O'Reilly insights that we really come here for. That's really good. Thomas Edison quote.
His name was Zach Witkoff. I don't want to get
You don't want to get sued?
Sued. Zach.
Good.
Ross was the Silk Road guy. Different guy.
Ross Barkin. No, Ross
Albrecht. Who Trump pardoned. Now it's like crypto, but he was.
He was just in the paper, right? They wrote an article. He's like living
different.
high.
These are different guys. Yeah, Zach is the World Liberty Financial stablecoin.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. How are your crypto holdings right now?
I think good.
Really? Do you have some?
No, but
Okay.
maybe I have I think I lost my code. I bought like $100 like a long time ago and then like forgot about it.
No.
They're probably good, but I'll find it someday, I think.
Really? There's like a bunch of stories about this. Somebody had like a wallet with 112 million in it and he didn't know the password.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but it kind of makes me like, maybe that's my backup plan. If everything else doesn't work out, I'll just find that coin.
There's a story about the guy who bought the pizza with like 7 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
it's worth a guy bought a pizza in like 2011 with like 7 Bitcoin that are now
Yeah.
worth like
Or
$1
people who like lost the phone and then they go to like the dump to find the phone because it's got like the code written on it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Steve. All right, so here it is. Well, there's no evidence that the deal was explicitly offered one in return for the other. The confluence of the two agreements is itself extraordinary. Blurred the lines between personal, government, business, raised questions about whether U.S. interests were served. Zach announced the first of the deals at a conference in Dubai, World Liberty. 2 weeks later, they agreed to allow the UAE access to hundreds of thousands of the world's most advanced and scarce computer chips.
Boom.
And then at the end here, and this might be, we got to talk DC here in a second, but executive branch club hangout. So Mr. Trump made no public mention of the $2 billion transaction with his company. Many of the key figures in the UAE were reunited in Washington. They gathered at a private club called Executive Branch.
Yeah.
You a member of this club?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
good.
these are popping up like clubs. Because
Yeah, I
apparently
pulled the article. There's like 4 of them.
DC's not safe for Republicans. That's what I've
That's
heard.
right. So they need their own clubs.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So they gathered at the private club, executive branch that Donald Trump helped open this year in Georgetown. Mr. Sachs and Steve Witkoff arrived in June, along with Zach Witkoff. Also among the guests were Mr. Huang of NVIDIA, whose chips were set to be exported. And there in the crowd was the Emirati ambassador to the United States. They had much to celebrate.
Oteba?
Is that who it is?
Yeah, Oteba. His wife is named Abir. Apparently, she introduces herself as, "Hi, I'm Abir," like a beer.
Oh,
that's her party drug. Yeah,
this is good.
Pretty good.
Okay, so David Sachs jumps into the middle of the negotiations. In the middle of the article, they're kind of like stalling out. Sachs and Trump are homies, and I think he kind of greases the wheels. So I did South Africa adjacent power rankings.
Oh, nice.
So right now we got a lot of South Africans running around. So in the red, I got Peter Thiel, interested in the Antichrist and Minority Report. Peter Thiel at the top. Then we got Elon, does rockets, but he's mostly on Twitter. Then we got David Sachs. He likes Russia and thinks AI rules so hard. And then not South African, but was in the rugby movie and was the bad guy in The Departed. It's Matt Damon.
Yep.
And then Ernie Els at the bottom, won the U.S. Open and famously likes beer.
Yeah. So wait, what is the adjacent? What is this? How do you read
So I think
this?
Peter Thiel isn't actually South African. I think he grew up in South Africa.
Oh, okay. His parents are.
So they're
What about isn't Trevor Noah South African? Where's he going?
Trivanua?
Trivanua, yeah.
Trivanua. Yeah, I think he is. This is not whole, I feel like Nelson Mandela should be in here. There are other South Africans. This is more like Trump adjacent. I should have probably added that to the title.
Dude, so this is a tangent, but I was bored on YouTube. I've been really sick the last week. And I was like clicking around stupid documentaries. I was like, all right, sure, let's watch something about Rhodesia.
You were watching Loose Change, just sitting on the couch?
No, but I was trying to find something about Rhodesia because I was like, you know what? I don't know anything about that conflict. Okay. And you cannot find a documentary on YouTube that is not like a Rhodesian, like white nationalist apology.
Right. Oh,
It just doesn't exist.
Well, do you remember it's in the closing of our podcast, the meeting when Trump had the South African president to the White House? And the South Africans brought in a couple of golfers, including Ernie Els.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
To like try to soften the blow. The first thing the president of South Africa did was give Trump a book of photography of South African golf courses. So he just hands it to him because, he likes golf. And then in the middle of the meeting, like they're kind of stalling out. They're arguing about like white genocide. And Trump just goes, "Ernie, you're here. Would you like to say a word?" And Ernie's like, "Oh my God, like I definitely don't want to say a word." He actually does a pretty good job. But then there's another golfer, Retief Goosen, who also won the U.S. Open, also South African. His brother is a farmer and has like electrical fences and like guns all over his farm. And he gave, he was kind of down with Donnie's perspective on things. So then you can see like Ernie kind of looking at him and it's like, oh, and then the South African president's kind of looking at him like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" So yeah, there you go. South Africa. Okay, moving on. We got private clubs in DC like we talked about. So the big thing is that there are so many Republicans in DC now, but there's no cool clubs for them to hang out at. Orion,
I always thought it just used to be the cigar clubs. Like there was a cigar club like 2 blocks
Alexandria.
away.
I thought that's why Alexandria existed.
Yeah, it's a Republican club.
No, I historically like Alexandria. So if you look at the map of
it existed because they wanted to hold on to slaves,
right? But it was like the diamond, and then they were like Alexandria became. But then that's where all the Republicans went.
It was retro-seeded.
So like
is
later,
that true? Because it is a diamond, except for it's not at the bottom.
So Alexandria, if it was it was originally part of the diamond.
And if you want to go real deep into it, there's this funny part of that side on that side of the Potomac. I used to bike past this. Basically, it's the Pentagon parking lot that the Tidewaters, because it's a what do you call it? Like the river is an estuary, I think, when the tides come up into it.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, the river had tides and they would go in and out. And so part of the swampland would become either part of Virginia or part of DC because of the law and how the river is demarcated. So they had all these funny legal loopholes, like where you could have like gambling and casinos and all this stuff back in the day.
Right. And it's like a lot of the Republican consultants and stuff are in Alexandria. So and then
everyone's
there's
too
there's a cigar
scared,
club there.
Yeah, people are too scared to live in DC.
It's like 20 grand a year to be part of this cigar club.
Is it really? Okay, so it's
apparently
a real thing.
I only know because like someone I know who works in like sales for like, let's say Amazon, like there's like you have to like part of like your compensation is you have to like get into this club because that's where you do all your sales for like whoever.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My uncle lived in Jersey, lives in Long Island, now he lives in Florida, but he worked in Midtown, and he was at a cigar club on like the 40th floor in Midtown of some skyscraper, and he took me there before my cousin got married. We go up, and who's sitting there? Two people, Rudy Giuliani and Al Sharpton, sitting like one couch away from each other, both on their cell phones, smoking cigars on like a Thursday afternoon in September, just hanging out.
That's like a really weird, like who would you most want to have dinner with just because it'd be fascinating.
And then in the Mueller report, which I know we all read, the Mueller report.
Classic, yeah.
Paul Manafort meets with Konstantin Kalimnik at the Grand Havana Room, which was the name of the club. It's like in the footnotes. So one of the big meetings that they don't have info on, but they know it happened, took place at the Grand Havana Room. And I'm like, oh, I know right where that took place. But all those died during COVID. They got like shut down. Right. And then I think a lot of the members left the city. And then, yeah, I don't think there's any cigar. There might be like one or two, but like you really can't smoke anywhere in the city anymore.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
So, yeah. Okay, so the Republicans need a place to hang out. So Mr. Sachs, a founding member of the club, made clear on his All In podcast this month, where he announced the club ban on media members, that the chosen ones are unlikely to include traditional Republicans who frequent the decades-old Washington clubs. To the extent that there are Republican clubs, they tend to be like the Bush-era Republicans as opposed to the Trump-era Republicans, Mr. Sachs said. So we wanted to create something new, hipper, and Trump-aligned. Beyond Mr. Sachs, founding members of the club include Jeff Miller, lobbyist and Trump fundraiser, the Winklevoss twins, the Winklevi.
Oh, yeah, of Facebook.
Whose crypto firm was targeted by the SEC until new agency leaders picked by Trump put the lawsuit on hold. In addition to the president's son, owners of the club include Zach and Alex Witkoff, the sons of Trump's Middle East envoy, Omid Malik, who owns 1789 Capital, where Donald Trump Jr. is a senior executive, and Chris Buzzkirk, a close ally of Vice President J.D. Vance, who co-founded Rockbridge Network and a conservative donor group. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been invited to any of these clubs.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here. Ole Miss alum.
Move and shake. Yeah.
Ole Miss alum. They haven't reached out.
Do people peg you like when they meet you? You're an Ole Miss guy. You're in DC. Or like, are you getting phone calls from Republican House members who are like, "I need a Middle East guy"? Does this happen?
Nah, I hadn't had. I was hoping. I was waiting for that. But it didn't happen. I just confused people. I think because I just like I initially just like
I'm confused.
Typical. Yeah, I'm confused too. But like typical, white yuppie working in DC, foreign policy stuff. But then they're like Mississippi, maybe he's. But then I just like to kind of keep it there.
Yeah, maybe there's a house run coming, from Jackson or something.
Leave him confused.
Leave him confused.
I could go back and get Gene Taylor's old seat. Gene Taylor is? Gene Taylor. So like people don't believe this, but like until like 2014, like Tea Party was at 2014. Mississippi was 50-50, 2 Dems, 2 Republicans in Congress.
Really?
It was always the Delta, and then
blue.
like Benny Thompson's seat, and then my seat on the coast was Democrat. So Gene Taylor was the most conservative Democrat in the House.
I imagine Jackson is like a Democrat town, but they just.
But Jackson's sort of gerrymandered out. Yeah, it's sort of.
Yeah, they've worked the districting there so that it doesn't have any power.
And it's populated enough; it should probably be its own thing.
Right.
But Gene Taylor, most conservative Democrat, tried to become a Republican, lost. So maybe I go back,
really?
bring it back.
Bring it back.
Yeah,
Flip it.
flip it.
Or is Hines County is in Benny Thompson's district. So to nullify it being in the
right
in the third, and what is that, Trent Kelly's? I don't know.
So, but yeah, if you guys want to come down to DC, we can avoid the checkpoints.
I was gonna say, give us a rundown. What's the vibe in DC right now? You know, are you seeing tanks? What's happening?
No tanks.
No tanks. Okay, good.
I've seen. So if you get basically the National Guard are basically just on the mall, taking photos, drinking water, walking around,
collecting bags of trash. They keep posting the amount of
trash.
trash they've collected, and shout out to them. I mean, National Guard, right?
I
These
mean,
are probably just people, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Including my people from back home.
Mississippi sent delegation, whatever. I don't know.
They're also like staying in hotels, apparently. Like they're staying in hotels because there's not enough base housing. So they're like literally staying in hotels, and then I think they have like shifts, and they can go out and just be tourists. So it's kind of weird.
So they're kind of fueling the economy while simultaneously depressing the economy.
Well, this goes way back. I mean, I remember whenever before January 6th, there were all the protests leading up, and the downtown was just booming with MAGA people, and people are like, "Oh, they tip well." Yeah,
coups are good for business.
Yeah. So no, National Guard downtown. There are checkpoints. They put the checkpoints up on like 14th Street, 8th Street, like kind of like sort of the main like going out places.
Okay.
But as a checkpoint, what does that mean? Like, do you get like waved through, or what are they doing?
No, they'll just check. They'll just like wave through cars, but then they'll stop you and ask for your ID. I mean, there's total profiling too, because they'll stop.
You hand them your Ole Miss ID, and they wave you into the White House.
Well, now I'm DC.
Okay.
I'm kind of kicking myself for that. I got the DC driver's license, DC plate.
Really? So can you even vote for the presidency? Like, how does that work?
No, I'm a taxation with no representation.
When I interned there, I worked with a kid who was from DC, and he was so fired up. He was constantly on the whole, like, we need to be a state thing. He talked about it all the time.
Yeah, I voted in Virginia, probably illegally. Shouldn't say that on this podcast.
That's great.
For like years. I was one of those.
Tell the intern to bleep that.
Yeah, I was one of those fake voters that MAGA was mad about. But then I had to get my driver's license when I got my car. When you go to the DMV, when you get a DC driver's license, you have to have.
That's when it changed.
When you get a DC plate, you have to get a DC driver's license.
Yeah. Okay.
But
it happened to me in New York. I kept voting because Colorado's all mail ballots, and I just had my Colorado.
They don't let women vote.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Not bad. Yes, mail-in ballots. So it's rigged out there. But they just kept mailing me ballots, and I was like, great. And until your driver's license, when you get a new driver's license in New York, they register you to vote. That's like part of the thing.
Yeah.
So that's when I switched. But I didn't switch until like a year and a half ago. And I was here for like 4 years still voting in Colorado. So
I will say on the thing about on the occupation of my city, one of the things is like, so I keep getting text messages from people being like, ICE is in the neighborhood. Which is good. Like, and people like put up signs, or like, they alert people if there's ICE. There's all kind of like, there's things of like people will honk if they pass. If you, I think the etiquette now is if you pass a checkpoint and you see it and you see cars coming, you're supposed to honk to let them know.
Okay.
In case like people are undocumented or whatever. But then so I wanted to get ICE shoot. I'm on the lookout. But in DC, it's kind of tricky because I'm looking out for masks. But then a lot of people wear masks. Like, this is one of the cities where people still wear masks a lot from COVID.
Okay.
So I've several times I'll see someone with like a hoodie and a mask, and I'll be like, and then it's just like someone who's wearing a mask, or then I don't really know. So it's kind of confusing. It's weird how they've been able to slip in.
When I was still teaching and I got sick.
But are any of those ICE guys wearing actual what are they?
N95?
N95 masks?
No, they're wearing like bandanas.
Yeah.
Mostly. But it's hard to tell if you're outside.
I guess.
I did the bandana for like a year until it was explained to me that doesn't do anything.
Doesn't work. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Science.
Yeah. But apparently it was ICE down the street from my house today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're here in New York. I just haven't. It's hard to tell.
You're also not supposed to order delivery because they're targeting delivery drivers.
It's tricky, right? Because like
then
they
how do
live
they-
on
yeah.
that. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, but I've been going and picking up my food. So this is my
Interesting.
struggle.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Hey, no, I'm heavy. I resisted for a long time, and then about a year ago, I gave in, and I'm like Uber
the
Eats, man.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty expensive. It's absurd, but
Yeah, just their listed prices are insane. Like it's not what it costs in the store at all, plus the fees and everything they throw on. Like a Big Mac is $11. And you're like,
oh
what?
yeah. But then I lean heavy in my mind into like the whole currency as a construct thing.
Okay, that's good.
And and the dollar's going down. So like I don't know if it matters. Is my just
okay.
Lean into it.
The treasury yield is down or up or
something's
something?
up, down.
Yeah. You were an econ major, right? You know that.
Yeah. They cut the rates.
They cut. Did they cut today? I didn't
cut
watch
today.
Okay.
They cut
25.
Not as much. They kind of split the. No, I think they split the difference.
Really?
Moran wanted to do more. Cook did less. They had a standoff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There was some article I read about like Uber Eats arbitrage, where somehow you could make money by like buying pizzas and then selling them out in front of the store.
Yeah, the
And
guy, the Substack guys. What was their name? One of them. I think their kid died recently. I like that. I subscribed to their thing for a little while.
Oh, I know you're talking about the pot. They have a good Substack about
margins.
Yeah, Yeah. I like that guy.
I can't keep up with all the Substacks I subscribe to. I just like batch delete like 9 Substacks every morning.
Substack, I don't know what it is, but I find the thing is the app is terrible because I had the app for a minute and I was just like, this is just people being like, I posted one thing, please like it.
Right.
And then there's also good Substacks, but I don't find them through Substack. I find them through other things. It's kind of a weird.
It's a bad app. And then once you sign up for everything, you're now getting like 90 million emails.
It's
too many
plus
emails.
Nazis. So
Are there Nazis on there? I haven't looked.
Yeah, they were not. Apparently they platformed the Nazis.
Did they? Yeah, a lot of people went to like Ghost or something, right? To the other one?
Yeah, like a lot of my former professors, Mark Lynch, IR professor, he went from Substack to Ghost.
I remember Mark Lynch. Was he at Ole Miss?
No, GW.
You went to GW?
I went to GW for grad school.
I don't know anything about you. When did you go to GW?
Like 2 years ago, night school.
For real?
Yeah, it was great.
Did you get IR? When did you do?
I did Middle East Studies, fully paid. FLAS. Unfortunately, FLAS is gone now. I was the last. They cut it.
Oh, the foreign language thing.
Foreign language and area studies.
Great.
So, yeah, they just paid me basically to go to school and just like read
amazing.
books about the Middle East, which I was reading anyway.
Right.
So it was great. Yeah, I just read like about Syria for 2 years.
I went to grad school, I think, too young. I went right out of college. I think I should have waited.
I don't know. It's probably the wash either way for Middle East studies.
I think it's a wash.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah.
Cool.
Now I know
right, Substack. Okay, so at the end of this, they talk about this Chris Buzzkirk guy, a close ally of Vice President J.D. Vance. So I always wonder, right? When J.D. was named vice president, they did all these articles about like his background, like what happened between Yale Law School and then becoming a senator. And the answer is like not that much. He got like a no-show job, or like he sat in an office and didn't do anything for Peter Thiel's company in Silicon Valley. Then he got put on all these boards. And one of them is this Rockbridge Network. And it's just like a network of super PACs, and JD Vance is on it. It's all Peter Thiel money. And it says Rockbridge steers 8 organizations, 4 dark money 501c4s, 2 super PACs, a donor-advised 501c3. Mr. Buzzkirk's main super PAC, Turnout for America, raised $25 million, backed by Silicon Valley figures, without a history of political donations. Major donors include Rebecca Mercer, who are the Mercers? They're in Wisconsin, right? One of these big Republican families, and the Winklevoss boys and Peter Thiel. So there you go. This is who was hanging out at the executive branch club.
So is that true? JD Vance basically just had a job where he didn't have to do anything?
Seems like it. And then I think he sits on a couple boards.
And that was Thiel. From the beginning, he was a Thiel guy.
He was a Thiel guy. I think Thiel got him after the book, or there might have been
after
something.
the book. Okay.
I think after the book, because like after the book, he's still yelling at Trump. He calls Trump a Nazi, like in 2017 or whatever. And then whenever he gets connected with Thiel, that's also when he converts to Catholicism.
Right.
And his shaman in converting to Catholicism is a former, I think he got his PhD at Notre Dame, a priest, for Franciscan friar. And he was the, what do you call it? The minister.
Okay.
Hell yeah. He was the minister, or there's a name for it. I can't think of it. But like he's assigned to the school. He's chaplain. So he was the chaplain for the business school at Notre Dame until like 2 years ago. Super conservative guy. You know, at Notre Dame, there's like, you know, normal kind of suburban Catholics who are just like culturally Catholic. And then there's like 20% of the school that's like really there to be Catholic. And I think this guy was kind of serving the there to be Catholic. I mean, Notre Dame's like a super conservative school. And there are people there who started a more conservative newspaper because they found the tone of the student newspaper to be like too progressive.
Did you work for the newspaper?
No, you know what? I wrote a couple op-eds, but no,
I was an op-ed guy.
Yeah,
Daily Mississippian.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
The Observer at Notre Dame. Yeah, I got a couple. I wrote something about Syria my senior year.
Yeah, me too.
And I had this. Really?
Yeah.
I had this priest who. Father William Campbell from Australia, and he's actually like a well-known scholar of the Cold War, and he taught this great class on Cold War history. You know, and I was like hungover going to class one time, and he's walking behind me, and I'm like walking slow, and I just hear this big voice behind me, and he's like, "Our time on this earth is limited, Mr. Duffy. You must hurry up and go." And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I turned around, and it was the priest. And then we got to class and he pulls out the Observer. And he's like, "Mr. Duffy, care to explain your op-ed to the class today?" And I was like, "Oh my God." So anyway, there you go. Cold War history with a priest at Notre Dame. Yeah. It's good stuff. Okay, cool. Moving on. We got Donnie on NATO. So like, there's so much stuff happening that like, this is a massive, you know, thing that just totally went under the radar. He just blasted this out, I think on Sunday. All right. So I'll just read it because it's totally insane. A letter sent by President Donald J. Trump to all NATO nations and, the world. I am ready to do major sanctions. I know that comma is unnecessary, right?
Yeah.
I'm ready to do major sanctions on Russia when all NATO nations have agreed and started to do the same thing. And when all NATO nations stop buying oil from Russia. As you know, NATO's commitment to win has been far less than 100%. And the purchase of Russian oil by some has been shocking. It greatly weakens your negotiating position and bargaining power over Russia. Anyway, I am ready to, quotes, go when you are. Just say when, ? I believe that this plus NATO as a group, you can tell when he wrote it. Like he definitely wrote
Yeah. This one was him.
This one's a mess.
This was a toilet
you can
tweet.
tell when Steve Miller gets the phone and then when Donnie's got the phone. As a group placing 50% to 100% tariffs on China to be fully withdrawn after the war with Russia and Ukraine has ended will also be of great help in ending this deadly but ridiculous, war. China has a strong control and even grip over Russia, and these powerful tariffs will break that grip. This is not Trump's war. It would have never started if I was president. It is Biden and Zelensky's war. I'm only here to help stop it and save thousands of Russian and Ukrainian lives. 7,118 lives lost last week alone. All caps crazy. If NATO does as I say, the war will end quickly and all those lives will be saved. If not, you are just wasting my time and the time, energy, and money of the United States. Thank you for the attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
So I actually think, I take it back. Maybe he didn't write this. This might have been, I think one of the things they do is like they have like an aide write like a normal one and they put it through ChatGPT, like Trump emulator.
Really?
Like there's weird, like the stats. They were like, did he Google the stat? Because he was curious. So like
JD Vance sitting there, like peppering him with stats while he's typing. I've seen a video of him dictating it to a young woman.
Okay.
Who types it. But like, does she put in this punctuation?
Right. Like, how does she know? He's like all caps. Make sure that buying oil from Russia is in all caps.
Right. And just throwing in the random commas and putting "go" in quotation marks.
Yeah. I think they put it through like a filter thing. Like make this in Donald Trump language. Because that's what's happening apparently. So a buddy of mine works in like a nonprofit that like got funding from USAID,
Yeah.
Larry Hemmel, and now it's State Department. State
I caught
Department.
it. I heard
So
it.
you got
I heard it,
the
yeah.
state.
I heard
When they apply for funds, you have to write it. They try to write it like in MAGA language. So
Mhm.
everyone has like a ChatGPT that's trained on like Project.
Do they really?
Yeah, Project 2025, Trump speeches,
No way.
Fox News, and they just like write the proposal, then put it through the thing, and then they submit it.
Wow.
And it like
Getting AI
misspells things and like
kiss
adds
ass.
commas, like it's weird. Yeah.
Getting AI, that's great, is using AI to like lower the quality of your output
Right,
so that
yeah.
it hits the sweet spot. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
for sure.
That
Make it
is
more
great.
America.
I mean, there's all those articles, right, about like the kids are having AI write their cover letters, and then the businesses are having AI read the cover letters. So it's just like two machines are communicating and like,
Deciding who,
coming to a decision about a person.
Incredible. Yeah.
So does this whole thing have something to do with like Poland invoking Article 4?
I think so, right? The drone swarms that happened while Donnie was up here at the Yankee game the other night.
And someone was a Trump person was just in Kyiv and like made a statement like we're definitely not backing down or something. Or we can end the war tomorrow or something. Like last.
But the whole point of this is like Germany, and he keeps saying oil, but like Germany can't cut off itself from Russian gas, or like they'll all freeze this winter, right? Like that's the whole deal. It's like it's actually impossible to do this, which is why he's saying it. Like it can't be done, so it's not going to happen.
But it's great because it means he doesn't have to actually do the thing.
Right. And if you don't know anything about the world, you'll be like, oh, that does seem reasonable. And then if you don't understand that, like the world's a little complicated, then you're like, oh, it seems totally reasonable to, do this. And then you learn that like, oh, everybody in, Hamburg's going to freeze this winter if you do that.
You got to build that Saudi to Europe pipeline via Syria, Iraq, Turkey. Easy.
Yeah, dude. Or the Great Trust Plan. Get that infrastructure project in Gaza. It's going to have a Tesla gigafactory.
The gigafactory. You got to gig it up.
Yeah.
While we're on the, because of the war, what do we think of war.gov? Have we Googled it? Have you gone to war.gov?
No, you know what? I have not.
Check it out.
Up on the screen.
Just war. It's easy to spell. It's way easier than that old word. I don't know what that was.
I'm going to have AI find it for me. War.gov. There you go. I saw something that like some guy had scooped up all the social media handles, and he was like a MAGA person. And he was like, I don't want the liberals to like be sitting on these when they finally make the change. And when they finally went to get all of the handles, like a MAGA guy had all of them waiting. He knew it was coming.
That's great.
Yeah.
Said to buy them.
Here's the thing: is half the things when you click on this lead to .defense.gov.
Yeah, they only did the first part. Some of them are not. Yeah, they'll take it'll take about $1 billion.
Yeah.
Well,
I know
I guess
you watched
links...
last week's episode. They said 700,000 military installations around the world need sign changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be in the sign business. How do we get into that?
Dude, you know what? I'm close.
Yeah.
I'm like 80%. I think I need one more machine. I need a big table CNC. Yeah.
Like Jordan, we got connections in Jordan. We can make some signs in Jordan. That's a pretty penny, I'd say.
I think we know some people over there who could get us a Laguna CNC.
And, yeah, somebody's in there. I love the explanation too of like we never lost before World War II. It's just like factually wrong. Like War of 1812. Like
what happened?
They like burned Washington. The British like burned down.
They burned the White House down. The Canadians.
They burned the Capitol. That's like the whole like Star Spangled Banner was like the Capitol.
Baltimore. Sure.
You can get a War of 1812 scented candle that lets you burn down the White House.
Yeah.
Where do they sell it?
There's this funky, I think it's in St. Louis, a funky candle store.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's War of 1812, and you burn down a little mini lighthouse. Here.
So putting together the inventory supply thing for my business here, I'm trying to get like everything inventoried. and I have this little piece of software that's for like small craft businesses, and all the YouTube videos are just candle makers, like walking you through the software. So there's a whole world out there of like independent candle makers, and maybe this is the burn the White House down people.
It could be.
Yeah, all the examples are just like raw wax, like $10 a pound, and then how to deduct per candle. So anyway, okay, so there's Donnie. Something that can't happen is what has to happen for him to do anything about, do anything about Russia. Okay, we got a Robert Kagan article, the beginning of the end of NATO. Russian drone swarm entered Polish airspace. Stresses NATO has been pushing off or papering over, coming to a head. Does the U.S. still believe in its treaty obligations to defend Europe? When we're in the moment when this belief gets tested. Since running for president, he's been ambiguous, Trump, about U.S. security commitments to Europe. Do you guys think we would do anything if Poland got invaded?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we would either.
There's been like so many times
article.
I'm pretty sure I could find it.
But it's famously between Russia and
if it was,
Germany.
but I feel like if I had to pick, I'm a map guy, and it's a blob. Saying like most Americans would not know where Poland is.
My grandmother's from Warsaw, so I got a little. I'm a Baranowski.
You could get those confused easy.
Wait, which two?
Poland and Belarus.
White Russia? Come on, get out of here. That's offensive.
Yeah.
Kielbasa.
Belarusian.
The thing is, Article 5 has only ever been invoked by the U.S.
And it was Afghanistan, right?
After 9/11, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's never like it's not. Seems like it's pretty obvious to everybody that what this whole defense treaty is really supposed to do at this point, right? I don't know.
What do you think, Keenan?
No, I think no way, right?
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, I think no way.
Would it be any different if it was? But do you think that's a Trump thing or that's just a U.S. thing?
No, I think Biden would absolutely do it. Yeah.
Would respond in what way?
Yeah, Biden is not super hesitant to use the military. Right? He was like a huge Afghanistan surge guy. Yeah. So no, I definitely think they would.
We did put more people in Poland under Biden.
Yeah. Well, and Poland's kind of going to the right a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little rightward shift.
Kind of gone back and forth. So they had a super right-wing government, and then they went more centrist recently.
I read some book called like Moscow Train or something, and it was all about the connections between Russia and then like conservative political consultants. And the guy went to Warsaw and he met like 15 American political consultants who were helping, I think, that right-wing government in Poland. Yeah. And like Steve Bannon was like deeply involved and like knew all the people there. And it's all like Orban related.
It's
and
the piss.
Huh?
It's the piss.
Okay.
So
Go on.
The piss party, Law and Justice.
No way. That's what it's called?
Power. Yeah, they came back to power in June 2025 after having lost in 2023. But the piss, they're the problem. And that's the one that had the
These are the right wingers? Or
these are right wingers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The piss party, huh?
Yeah, piss.
All right.
So I had a Polish diplomat who was a couch surfer when I lived in Jordan, who was kind of interesting. He told me about Poland's big Apple industry and how British kids would always come and get drunk on cider, and the Poles hated all these Brits. But he told me about this thing I'd never heard of. Have you heard of the Smolensk air disaster, where like the entire government of Poland was on like an airplane that crashed in 2010?
I do know. I've heard about it. But what was the impact of it? It was the ground. You know,
president.
Okay, I beat you. Yeah,
he did. The president, former president, chief of Polish general staff, and senior military issues, the National Bank, and other government officials all died. I don't know. Like they took out.
Doesn't sound so bad given our situation. Can't say that. You can't say that now.
Jimmy Kimmel, you're fired, buddy. You're off the air.
Man, it was a good run.
I'm trying to pull off a merger right now, and I
Is
can't
that-
have you doing this.
It was a
Dad,
good run I had.
The
Dad-
SEC is on my ass, buddy. I'm watching you. All right.
the dad beers got you feisty.
MC,
Yeah.
sir.
They're
Yeah,
gonna come after our funding.
those 2.9s are hitting, bro.
Yeah, they hit hard.
Yeah.
So he was talking about this. I forget what his upshot was. But reading Wikipedia now, it says that people thought that the Liberal Party was complicit in or aware of the plot. So things have kind of flipped since then, I guess.
Oh wait, so it was a plot. It wasn't like a
No, there's
mechanical-
conspiracy theories.
Okay.
I'm reading, but
You're reading InfoWars.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing he had to say was he really, really wanted to drive home the fact that Auschwitz was technically in Poland, but wasn't their fault.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important.
I wouldn't push too hard on that. Yeah.
So what's Kagan
You're-
say? Kagan says it's
Have
done.
you ever seen The Pianist?
Oh, it's great.
About the Warsaw Ghetto? Yeah, tremendous film. Very hard to watch. But okay. No, I think he agrees. I think he thinks I think it's at the end, I don't know that there was like a clear it's not gonna happen, but it's a whole like we probably will not do it.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go. Europe's strategy of trying to manage Trump by flattery may prove inadequate, which I think is an understatement. So, did you see Donnie today in London?
The Queen's going to get it done.
They put him behind. They took him to Windsor Castle where nobody would yell at him.
The video of him getting off the helicopter, and he's just like, what's her name? The princess? What's
Kate?
Kate. You're so beautiful. You can just see him mouthing.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, like 3 times. And what's his name? Prince
Charles.
Charles
No.
had to be like
King.
had to like get in. It was like kind of like a weird like he had to like get in the way, like you do like a bar. Somebody's like coming on too strong. Like he was just like it's hilarious.
I was just in St. Andrews golfing, and that's where Kate and William met. University of St. Andrews.
Nice.
That would be if I had gone to school there, I would have not done well. There's a lot of good bars and there's golf courses. Yeah.
How was the golf?
Dude, I don't know if I shot 1 over at the old course, which is very good for me.
Yeah.
But I bogeyed the last 2 holes, so a little bit of a choke job. I lipped out a 15.
Why?
My brothers and my dad.
Oh,
So
nice.
we did a little like kind of trip of a lifetime for my dad, kind of while he could still golf. So we all went over, and my mother was there as well, but she did not golf. She just tagged along with the boys. So yeah, it was great. But yeah, walking around St. Andrews, that's a fun place. Love is in the air.
Oh yeah. That's Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a medieval town with like a huge university, golf, and then really cool bars. It's really great.
Nice.
Okay. Last one I think I got here. Anti-Islamic biker gang members run security at deadly Gaza aid sites. So I was going to clip stuff, but the article's just like the whole thing is unbelievable. All right. So these are the infidels, and O'Reilly now, Mr. Farmer Jimbo and I are reading the Fort Bragg cartel, or I think James is done.
Okay.
But this comes up in it. So there's a bunch of biker gangs that are involved in some
You mean Fort Liberty?
right wing, and is that what it is? That's right.
I think it's back to Bragg now.
I think it's back to
I
Bragg.
think it's
After the World War II soldier who
Yeah.
was a private somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of kind of former special forces guys either forming or joining these biker gangs, and the infidels comes up in the book.
Oh,
and the
wow.
book is all about how like these guys come back from Afghanistan with the connections to the heroin trade.
Yeah.
And with PTSD and like huge addictions because they were just on drugs the whole time.
He
Or they
never
were
connects
fighting.
the. I mean, this is something I want to talk about when we get there. Is he has some good like research, but he can't connect the dots on the heroin stuff.
Right.
And
It's not like
he just keeps dropping that to sit there without like ever
Is the book good?
It's good. Yeah, I read it. I have thoughts about it though.
I'm curious because
we're saving it for a book club. So no, save your thoughts.
Okay.
But
Well,
no. What's your question?
Well, I work with some guys who are like former military, former soft, who like spend time in Fort Bragg, and they're always talking about the biker gangs down there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's bizarre. Why is that? I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently there's like a thing to it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what they're doing, and then maybe we'll find other things to talk
Well,
about.
my question: where are there pro-Islamic biker gangs?
Oh, that's interesting.
Should we find those
There was
now?
that Harley Davidson in Jordan. It was very popular, but I bet
Right.
that was a lot of secular. Those guys are probably about as anti-Islamic as
Right.
Well, don't go slandering the whole brand of Harley Davidson, a fine Wisconsin company that my father supplied
Or
plastics
biker
to.
gangs.
Yeah,
I
totally.
mean, what have they done? Task.
Every the 100th anniversary of Harley Davidson was like 05 or 06 or something, and it was in Milwaukee, and like 200,000 people motorcycled to Milwaukee, and it was this huge thing. There's always tons of Harleys in Milwaukee, but they had a super secret guest of who the show was going to be. They had a big concert to celebrate it at the end, and it's all these bikes and biker gangs from like all over the world came, and it's on the lakefront, and everyone's there. And the big reveal, the curtain drops, Elton John.
Whoa. Really?
People were mad. People were mad. People left. Like a lot of people just left. And Elton John came out. I'm like, that would have been great. I would have loved to have seen it. Maybe not the right thing for the biker gangs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I feel like they could have gotten like Ozzy or something. I don't know.
Ozzy, right?
Yeah.
Gotta
And
go
then
out.
they had the 105th, which was not quite as big. And the big band was the Goo Goo Dolls. And I'm like, that also doesn't quite feel right.
It's like corporate, just not.
I know. They got like some suburban Milwaukee guy who like loves 90s rock and
Do some market listening.
Yep.
consumer listening.
All right, so we got the infidels. The firm guarding sites where aid is distributed in Gaza has been using members of a U.S. biker gang with a history of hostility to Islam to run its armed security. BBC investigation has confirmed the identities of 10 members of the Infidels Motorcycle Club working in Gaza for UG Solutions, a private contractor providing security at Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites. This is the GHF. These have not been going well, as you probably know, Orion. Yeah. Farmer Jim and I talked about this earlier in August.
SRS, a lot of LinkedIn jobs get sent my way.
What is that? What's SRS?
SRS is Safe Reach Solutions.
Okay.
So like I got an email and it was like, this job fits your profile. And it was like Arabic, like comms, logistics. And so I Googled it and it's like, oh yeah, it's Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, but they call it Safe Reach Solutions on LinkedIn now.
There's a lot of like layers to it. And one of the layers is that like the fortune to the Rand McNally map fortune, like the heirs to it are also involved at some level. The McNally boys.
The McNally's.
Yeah, big map money. Okay, so the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation said it has zero tolerance policy for any harmful or discriminatory biases or conduct. But as we'll see, maybe that's getting violated. Set up by U.S. military veterans of the Iraq War in 2006, members see themselves as modern crusaders, using the Crusader cross as their symbol, a reference to medieval Christians who fought Muslims to control Jerusalem. The gang is currently hosting anti-Muslim hate speech on its Facebook group and has previously held a pig roast in defiance of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan.
That really shows them.
They nailed it.
Name one Muslim who's ever complained about what another person eats. It's so funny. It's like so out of touch.
A pig roast, I'm sure, in like some American suburb. Putting the Infidels Biker Club in charge of delivering humanitarian aid in Gaza is like putting the KKK in charge of delivering humanitarian aid in Sudan. It makes no sense, said Edward Ahmed Mitchell, deputy director of CARE, a Muslim civil rights organization, bound to lead to violence. All right, here we go.
But this is where they reached out for comment. Is this the same article?
I think it gets to it with the emails.
Yeah.
The gang's leader, Johnny Taz Mulford, is a former sergeant in the U.S. Army who was punished for conspiracy to commit bribery, theft, and making false statements to military authorities. This all sounds very Fort Bragg cartel-y.
Oh, yeah.
From May to August, he was the country team leader running UG Solutions contract in Gaza. All right, here we go. Trump elect that blank again 2020. What do you think they blobbed out there? It's blobbed out, the middle word. Elect that blank again. But it's blanked out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, okay. We emailed Infidels MC for comment, which is great that they have an email. In response, Mr. Mulford instructed fellow leaders in the biker gang not to reply, but included the BBC when he clicked reply all. inadvertently disclosing email addresses and names of fellow Infidels MC members. Some of
There's a
whom were
national
working
security
in Gaza.
advisor job for that guy.
Yeah. Put him in a group chat.
I was gonna say, man. Oh yeah, his signal groups are lit. By matching up names with public information about Infidels MC's leadership and evidence from UG Solutions insiders who worked with them, we have identified 10 members of Infidels who Mr. Mulford recruited. In addition, to Mr. Mulford, we have identified 3 leading members who have roles. Larry J. Rod Jarrett, who has been publicly named as their vice president. Their national treasurer, Bill St. Sieb, who leads the security team at a safe distribution site. And one of the gang's founding members, Richard A. Tracker Lofton, a team leader at another distribution site. All right, this gets better here. Well, not better, but more bizarre. Confidential documents, open source information. UGS contractors have enabled us to confirm the identities of 6 more who hired to work in Gaza. UGS told BBC it conducts comprehensive background checks. All right, here we go. The founder and chief executive of UG Solutions, Jameson Gavoni, was arrested earlier this year in North Carolina for his alleged involvement in a hit-and-run accident and for fleeing from police to evade arrest, according to court documents.
Allegedly.
It's funny because
allegedly.
Seems like after reading this book,
you were
you
a lawyer, all right?
You don't even have to flee.
Little lawyer.
Yeah, you don't have to flee in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable, Orion. When you read this book, it's like a million things. These guys get arrested for a million things, and the courts just like see that they're Delta, and they're like, "All right, you're good."
They're just.
I'm excited. I'm gonna check this book out.
It's good. It must be long. I have it on Kindle, and I can never get a sense of how thick the actual book is. But I've been at it. I'm only like halfway through. Until now, Mr. Mulford was the only UG Solutions contractor to have been identified as a member of the Infidels. Social media posts show that in May, 2 weeks before traveling to Gaza, Mulford sought to recruit military veterans who follow him on Facebook, inviting anyone who can still shoot, move, and communicate to apply.
This will be tested.
This will be tested, exactly.
Yeah,
and can leave within the next 12 hours. Text me. So they're doing deep dives to get their people here. Okay, these photos are stunning. In total, 40 of the 320 people hired to work for UG Solutions were recruited from Infidels, paying each contractor $980 a day, including expenses, rising to $1,580 for team leaders. One of the leaders of the team of a Gaza oversight seeing security, Josh Miller, posted a photo, "Make Gaza Great Again." And then above it, it says FOB Mar-a-Lago. That's Forward Operating Base Mar-a-Lago there, I think. The banner advertises the logo of the company he owns, which sells T-shirts and other clothing. They have one that says "Embrace Violence," and another which says "Surf All Day, Rockets All Night, Gaza Summer 25." And that's down here. Great. Mr. Miller has the word Crusader tattooed across his fingers and 1095 on his thumbs. That's the year when the leader of the Catholic Church, Urban II, launched the First Crusade, attacking Muslims as a vile race. A post on their Facebook page selling 1095 hats says it signifies the start of the Crusades, a military campaign by Western European forces to recapture the Holy Land from Muslim control. Okay. Johnny Mulford, who in addition to leading the gang is listed as the registered agent of a Florida company called Infidels MC, has 1095 tattooed on his chest. When you see anti-Muslim bigots today celebrating 1095, celebrating the Crusades, they are celebrating.
I thought that was a tax form.
It is, right? 1095?
Yeah, but this is 1095. Okay.
1095. The erasure of Muslims and Jews from the holy city of Jerusalem, Mr. Mitchell said from CARE. He said the gang had the hallmarks of anti-Muslim hate groups, which for decades have used the name Infidels. Anti-Islamic views expressed by the gang include a flyer for a pig roast during Ramadan, which BBC found on an archived webpage. It's of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. We invite you to attend the Infidels MC Colorado Springs chapter, open bike party and pig roast.
It's just so funny, like that. They think that they're like burning the Quran seems to be like way more flagrant, but they don't know because they're just so out of touch with like what would actually be offensive to a Muslim. Do they care? Help them out. Do they care if a non-Muslim eats pork during Ramadan or eats anything during Ramadan? No, they don't give a fuck. But they don't know, so.
and it's Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs is a weird town. It's like an hour south of Denver. It's
or
like
they're scared. They're not gonna, they're not gonna draw cartoons Muhammad because they might be scared. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
These guys seem. They just might not know. But yeah, Colorado Springs full of real conservative people. It's like the anti-hippie town in Colorado. It's where the Air Force Academy is. I think it's where Northcom. Yeah, Northcom. Yeah, weird, interesting town. It's like beautiful, but I think it's full of very, very conservative folks. Focus on the Family, I think, is based there. All right, comments from members of the Facebook group. Filling my magazine to the max. Would not be the first time we were at odds with Muslims. Deport these pathetic skanks to a pathetic third world crap hole where they won't be offended by the Holy Bible. Dismissing them and their Muhammad with an expletive. As of Wednesday, the comments were still on the Facebook page. Okay. Punisher. Great. Okay. Scenes of chaos and danger have been common at the aid distribution sites in Gaza since they opened at the end of May. Up to 2nd of September, 1,135 children, women, and men were killed near GHF sites while seeking food, according to the United Nations. The United Nations said most of the killings appeared to have been carried out by Israeli security forces. Incidents where civilians were harmed while seeking aid are under review. USG has denied allegations that its contractors fired on civilians and that it put people seeking food in danger. However, the company has admitted that warning shots have been used to disperse crowds. In a statement, UG Solutions said Johnny Mulford is a trusted figure with more than 30 years. We stand by his reputation. We do not screen for personal hobbies or affiliations unrelated to job performance. Every team member undergoes comprehensive background checks. Based on that Facebook post, you have 12 hours to let the guy know if you want to go to Gaza. It relies on people from all backgrounds. The team providing aid at the foundation site is diverse. And it's
it's got all sorts of different substance abuse issues.
Yeah, we have a variety of biker gangs,
not just alcoholics.
Yeah,
that's wild. Is this a new article?
This was last week. I think it was the end of last week it came out. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. We were checking out this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation earlier in the summer, and it just keeps going, this thing. And then they are in that slideshow that I think Witkoff and the Kushners are involved with about turning the Trump Riviera and the Tesla Gigafactory. Like GHF is going to provide security. The whole thing is like no American troops on the ground. It's all going to be private contractors. And
this is how it's all going. Like with like aid in general, will just be privatized even more. But also like military, like all aspects of it is what it seems like.
And there was a whole thing we were talking about earlier, and I don't know if it was GHF. It was like maybe a related thing, but they were doing it in Sudan, some private company, and they were dropping the aid like in an incredibly dangerous area. And if the civilians ran to get it, they were getting killed because they didn't know where they were dropping it, and then they weren't dropping it right. A lot of it was like exploding on impact. Right. People were like sifting through the sand to get grains of rice.
Well, there's like a weird dynamic going across the board because like, even though we've cut staffing across the federal government, the spending levels are the same. Like if you look at like spending.gov, we're going to spend more money this year.
I think it's up. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're like across the board, they're trying to figure out like Trump just did the thing where they like gave a bunch of money to HBCUs. And partly it was like they just had this money and they were like, well, what do we do? It's earmarked for this, but we're not doing DEI. So just like give it to the HBCUs.
It's like almost nice if you weren't worried that they're like, oh, we should all just have different schools.
Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like.
It almost like appeals to Donnie, like, oh yeah, we should have HBCUs.
Yeah, they'll go over there. Yeah, right. They gave like $250 million to like the Philippines for like healthcare, but like nobody knows like what it's for. They just announced it. Like Rubio is just like because they just have all this money, so they're gonna do more of this kind of stuff. I think in terms of just like privatized stuff.
I can't imagine. Yeah,
it'll be great.
People are going to make some money. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Any other infidel thoughts before we wrap up here?
Oh, man.
All right. That 2.9 ran out of juice, huh?
I'm done.
I'm done. That's it. All right, dudes. Well, this was great. And O'Reilly, I hope you join us again.
Yeah, Wednesdays?
Tuesdays usually. Tuesdays. I was at the Mets game last night with my father-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's fun. We only lasted 3 innings, but
Charles Lister, I just saw, is hosting Ahmed al-Shara when he comes to the U.S. for the UN.
Really? Is he going to be allowed to like move around? Are they going to be crazy with him, or?
I don't know how he's doing it.
Unga's this week.
I think it's I think it's next week.
Should we do a special Unga podcast from the
I had a friend who attended last year, and then has since been whacked from said position. But last year I went to we went out, and then we went to one of the big hotels, like the Grand Hyatt, there were like African delegations all over the lobby, like just big security, like bouncers standing in front of guys. Like there were 200 people in there.
People like who don't actually go. Like it's like a whole. There's so many.
It's wild. Yeah, Midtown gets crazy, and the city like is a mess because there's so many security, convoys and people getting around that like the Midtown and then over by the UN is just a mess.
Well, you'll be right there.
Yeah, I am relatively close, but I think I'm going to try to avoid it. So, and they're not letting our PLO PA president come, right?
Oh, Abbas?
Yeah, I think Abbas is banned at the moment, so he will not be coming. So it's really unclear who they would like to lead whatever comes next in Palestine. Because if you're going to ban Abbas, then what are we doing?
Maybe Shura. Maybe they'll bring Jolani in there.
It's kind of bizarre. They seem to kind of like him a little bit.
I saw an op-ed by some crazy person of like, it should just like, it's time for Jordan to re-annex the West Bank.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's get back to Transjordan. Let's get back to
This is coming back. Transjordan's coming back. But then how are the conservatives going to feel about trans in Jordan?
Oh, fascinating.
Could be.
Never thought of
it. Could be controversial.
What is Transjordan in Arabic?
I
don't know. Does it have a different name?
I don't. It sounds like a pretty British term.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means in English.
Hold on. We can check this.
Yeah.
Emirate of Transjordan. If you go. Okay, well that's interesting. The historical name, the Emirate of Transjordan, is Imarat Sharq al-Urdun, which is the Emirate of East Jordan. So that's
okay.
I guess Transjordan means across the river in that
right.
Set, not like the greater Transjordan. No, it's like the place that's across the river. Not trans as in encompassing both sides.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The Hashemite kingdom of Transjordan was just called Al-Mamlaka Al-Urdniya. No.
Because they don't come across until 48, right? Or do they come across in 67?
Well, no, 60 up until 67, West Bank is administered by
Israel.
Is Jordan, yeah.
Okay. But before 48, it wasn't?
It was Palestine.
Right. Okay.
Right. It was odd. Before 48, it was mandate.
British mandate.
And then for that Ottoman.
There
was the collusion across the Jordan. King Abdullah coordinated with the what was that? The Israelis, essentially.
Well, you'd think somebody would be making a case for Jordan to take it all over, but
that's what I think. I think there was I tried to find it, couldn't find it. Op-ed about that.
Did you see that the Egyptians want Hamas to go there? And they're going to guarantee their security and say that they'll retaliate if they ever get bombed at a hotel?
Really?
I think I saw that. Now I just don't know what I see anymore.
Yeah, it seems like that could be a bad strategy because it seems like they are bombing the places where they are.
Right. It seems like they knew Qatar wasn't going to do anything, right?
I mean, I think that's like Qatar's MO.
Do you think we knew before it happened?
Well, apparently they said Trump knew like a couple hours before.
Right. But they told him 10 minutes after.
Right.
So you just wonder, are they just lying? And Netanyahu lets Trump save face and say whatever he wants, and then Netanyahu does whatever he wants, and then there's no problem.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or the translator was Russian.
Right, exactly.
Like Witkoff just brought the translator from Russia.
BYOT.
He
Bring your own
follows
translator.
them around, just saying the wrong things at all places.
Just getting on the wrong yachts.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
Thinks he's in Dubai. All right. Cool, boys. I'll try again next week.
Sounds good. Take care, y'all. Good
Later,
to talk
dudes.
to you.
Yeah, good talk. See ya.
Yep.
Wait, Ryan, stick around for the outro. It rules.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You don't want to leave.
We'll see you all next time on the Smoke and Hat Podcast.